capitalist system, right? It's very much it rewards effort and and there is all those positive things. What do you say to those people who feel like they're lacking in natural ability or talent or energy or ability to start their own small business and they find themselves at a disadvantage? How do those people then fit into your, if Jacob Fahmy was president for a day, where do they benefit from that somewhat like immigrant work ethic, cutthroat mentality of, you got to have skin in the game? What about those that can't?
It's a great question. There's a couple of answers I'll have here. Number one, the current CEO of Apple was the entrepreneur prior to the after the entrepreneur. So the idea that you have to be the business owner to be successful or to make money or to do any of these things is it's not entirely correct. So often the best employees and the most well paid, honestly, even beyond the business owner sometimes, and you just don't know it, the most well paid people in the organization are the best employees. And the employees who treat the business like it's their own and who might not necessarily have the risk appetite to go after something and to risk it all, or might not just, some people just don't want to start businesses. That's fine. 100%. I never really wanted to start a business. I just wanted to make something of myself. So you don't have to be the business owner. You can be an intrapreneur, what they call an intrapreneur, where you can be that in-house just value-adding
So you're saying intrapreneur as opposed to entrepreneur?
Correct.
So, explain that to me. I haven't heard 100%. That before.
Yeah, so it's like the Steve Wozniak, or it's like the it's the guy behind the scenes who or the guy or girl behind the scenes who the entrepreneurs out there creating and running the business and running the operations. But the intrapreneur is the beast inside the organization who's behind the scenes really making everything happen and sort of stitching everything together and making sure and coming up with the ideas. And what about this? What about if we do that differently? What about if we improve here? Our customers are saying this. Can we address their needs in this way? Whatever. And like you could, for example, Facebook, you might not be the Mark Zuckerberg, but you may have bought a small parcel of shares at that upfront moment. Just someone inside that organization who adds so much value that you just have to pay them more. We always talk about this where the more value you add, the more money you will make, full stop. If you want to learn how to make more money, add more value. Money will come to you.
So you don't believe there's these greedy, self-interested capitalist overlords that try to extract maximum value out of every worker for the least possible amount of reward? So that's not your view of the world. So like if there was an opposing view which said even if the worker creates extra value, then the greedy overlord, a business owner, capitalist is going to steal all that value from them and keep it for themselves. Do you think that naturally, what is it? What's the mechanism that would make that employee or that person be rewarded for their effort?
100%. So it's a lot of it is free market and competition as well. So yes, in a short term, I'm not naive to the fact that there may be some business owners who aren't rewarding their staff, but you know what those staff do? They go to other business owners who will reward them. Okay. As long as we have a healthy level of competition, as long as it's not crony capitalism where we're just saving businesses and not letting people compete on a fair playing field, or we're creating monopolies and things like that. As long as everyone has the free will and the free market to compete in and have the choice, it's freedom as well. It's that I don't want an employee to feel like they're stuck at a job if they don't like that job. I want them to be able to have a switching cost of, okay, what about this organization? Maybe that's better fit for me. Maybe I can add more value in this role. Maybe I can add more value in that role. I'm not naive, and I don't think capitalism is the be-all and end-all, and there's one perfect system. Nothing's perfect. The sooner we realize nothing is perfect in life, the more accepting we'll be of different scenarios and outcomes and things like that. So I'm not naive to the person who, maybe doesn't have means to leave their job. Some people have to stay in their job because they've got kids they need to feed, or they've got a mortgage they have to pay. I'm not naive to that. But the only thing I can say is that if we constantly improve ourselves, if we constantly invest in ourselves, I have a $14 a month, $15 a month Audible subscription, and I get so much value by reading other people's stories, by being inspired by other people, by learning firsthand. You don't need gone are the days, as shocking as it is, you don't need a $30,000 to $50,000 business or laws of gravity, whatever you do to get into the job. But there are other outlets in life where you don't need to spend preposterous amounts of money to add value. Just improve. Go in there every day with a healthy attitude of improve, read as many books as possible, and find a way to compete and offer value. And I find it difficult that you would not be a better person in a year's time and you would not be better remunerated in a year's time.
Yeah,